Hello, assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope you're all doing great. So let's get started. So let's continue from where we left last time. What is weather? Okay, I'm extremely sorry. I'm taking a little bit time to upload these videos. A lot of things other than this that I have to look after as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to read, and time to time I'm going to be explaining you if some points are going to be difficult for you to understand, okay? And some new terminologies as well. However, I have highlighted a couple of main important things over here. As you can see, the highlighted points over here as well. So yep, we're going to try to make the videos as short as possible. Yep. So what is weather? Now it says over here that the weather is the state of atmosphere, okay? Weather is a state of atmosphere at a particular place and at a particular time, all right? It's the state of atmosphere. Like, okay, let me just explain you this thing a little bit in Urdu as well. That see, हमारा जो माहौल है, let's say जो atmosphere है, right? उसका एक particular जगह पे, एक particular time पे उसकी क्या कैफियत है, उसकी क्या सूरत हाल है. And if I have to explain you this thing in English, so it's talking about that. See, for example, take an example that this part of Pakistan is the southern part of Pakistan, and then if you go up in the mountains, for instance, if you go to Skardu, you go to Islamabad, you go to Abbottabad, so that region is called the northern region, right? So the atmosphere in the both places is going to be different, right? So there, as per their atmosphere, the weather is going to be different, okay? And here, as per our atmosphere, the weather is going to be different. Though even in the summers as well, let's say in the June and July, when it's extremely hot in the southern part of Pakistan, but if you travel in the northern part of Pakistan, you'll find cold. Maybe at some places you might find snowfall as well. So yeah, it's something really amazing and really, really bizarre as well at the same time, right? So anyways, let's continue. So all plants and animal life on the earth depends on weather for their existence. Okay, remember as we read in the case study that we did before, that the entire living things on this planet, they depend on the atmosphere. Because for instance, I have been living in the southern part of Pakistan since day one. Though I was there in 2020, I was there in Abbottabad for at least 1 year. So in the very beginning, it was really, really difficult and tough for me to live over there. And I suppose that if all of a sudden tomorrow, if I travel to Antarctica or the North Pole or South Pole, it can be lethal or deadly for me to live there, because I need some time to adapt that temperature, okay? And well, human beings are really good at adapting temperature. But if you take example of some animals, so animals don't have that good of a quality of adapting different temperatures. That's why there's a fun fact I would like to tell you over here, that the birds, right? So the birds keep on traveling from one region of a planet to another region of a planet. Whenever there is a little bit change in the weather, there is a little bit change in the temperature. Take an example of lizards as well. Lizards back in our home, जिसको आप छुपकलियाँ कहते हैं, right? So the same is with them as well. You might find them quite often in the summer weather. They're a lot in quantity, but when the winter comes, so you might find them a little bit lesser, right? So yeah, so every living thing depends on the weather, what kind of weather there is, right? Okay. Then it is produced in the layer of atmosphere called the troposphere. The troposphere is shown in figure 1.6, and the narrower layer than the stratosphere is the ionosphere. Now this is something really interesting, which I studied back in my school as well, and which really interested me in the subject of science. I studied this in the subject of science, not in geography, because back in our time there was no geography subject. We only had science and social studies, not even history. So yep, let's get into it. Acha. Okay, here we have the different atmospheric levels. Okay, so the atmosphere above the earth. Okay, so see now here in this picture, if you understand this picture now, or if you just understood this picture, I'm telling you, it will be very easier for you for the rest of your life to differentiate between the things. All right, so let's try to understand these things. So now see, Earth's atmosphere. So they're saying that the weather is formed. The zone of the weather is formed under troposphere, okay, till the troposphere, which is 7 miles above the ground. 7 miles above the ground means 7 मील ज़मीन की सतह से ऊपर, all right? And then we have stratosphere. Stratosphere हमारे आसमान की वो layer होती है, that's that layer of our atmosphere where the commercial airplanes, like if you want to travel to Dubai, if you want to travel to Malaysia, so the commercial airplanes are actually fly in that particular zone of the atmosphere, or zone of the sky. Then we have mesosphere, then we have ionosphere. Now the air gets thinner and less oxygen, water vapors and dust. आयनस्फीयर के बारे में एक ज़बरदस्त बात यह है कि you see these aurora, the green bliss lights of aurora. Now these green bliss lights of aurora, they form usually in the Nordic countries. You know, they're mostly seen in the Nordic countries, right? Countries like Scandinavian countries, Norway, Denmark, especially Sweden as well. And then we have then the space. After ionosphere, we have space, okay, which is 6,800 miles, 500 miles, or 6,200 miles, okay, where we can find satellites as well. All right. So yep, that's pretty much just about these, layers. And if you want to do a little bit more research, and if you want me to make a, detailed video about the atmosphere above the Earth, about all of these levels like troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and space. So yeah, please, drop down in the comment below. All right. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and see you in the next one where we're going to discuss the composition of the atmosphere. So yep, see you in the next one.